Hey everyone, so I am here with Laura from Our Oily House. She's a mom of five, hence why that's going to be me. Oh, his eyes are opening. I should probably be quiet, but that's going to be me in like 2 weeks. So I feel her. But yeah, she's a mom of five and she's a full-time influencer speaking on making content on like natural remedies and particularly focusing on essential oils. So it's been so amazing working with Laura because I was just watching your vlog literally this morning, and you are a homeschool mom. You have your own online course. You have multiple businesses and different types of income streams. So I feel like this will be really beneficial for anyone that is especially like a mom of multiple kids and feel like they want to make this, kind of business work for them. You recently retired. I say retire because your husband definitely still works like mine. But you recently had your husband quit his job. So that's exciting.
Mhm. Yes.
Yeah, so could you tell us a little bit more about like what you do and what kind of digital products you create?
Yeah. So I started my blog a couple of years ago, and like you just said, it is mainly essential oil based. I do a lot of DIY home remedies and just skincare products and things like that. And so I guess a couple years after starting the blog, I decided to make an essential oil course that really tells people about how to use the oils and different recipes and really how to integrate them into their whole life. And
Um,
so I just decided to make a course all about essential oils in order to give people more just in order to give people more information about them and have it all compiled into one place so it's easier for them to find.
yes, because when I was interested in essential oils, I mean, you get like a million different types of advice and different companies that they recommend, and I had no idea where to start. So I think that's like brilliant for you to do that. But I do have, I guess, a question I didn't write down. But another question I have for you is, why did you even want to start like your first online course? Because you were already like on the path of being like that full-time influencer. You already had like multiple streams of income through, your whole like digital brand. What about like course creation was something that you were interested in, I guess?
I was really interested in just the way that I could make it more of a passive income because, like you said, 5 kids, homeschooling. And even though I do have my husband's help full time and he's here, it's still just so much. And so the fact that we can have another stream of income that is so incredibly passive is really, really nice. That was the main drive in wanting to make the course.
Yeah, no, I totally feel you because content creation, I mean, I was actually, I know it sounds like I'm looking you up a lot, which I am because you're my student, but even just the other day I was looking at your Pinterest account because I was trying to find, I don't even know, something about like cocoa butter, I don't know. And, all of the content that you have like blows me away. You've made more content than I ever have, and I've been doing this, I think, a lot longer than you. So content creation is like such a like necessity when you're an influencer, but then something that I found, especially with starting my own course, is that you don't have to do it like all the time. So how has that been? I mean, I know you're still creating a ton of content, but I don't know, what is your
Yeah. I'm still creating a lot of content right now because I want to continue to drive traffic to my blog and have more outlets for people to be able to find my course. But I do think that as we get more evergreen and we have a little bit of a larger audience, that I will be able to slow down on that big time and then kind of ride out more on the passive side of things because it is very time consuming and hard to like constantly thinking of new ideas all the time and recording new videos and making new posts. And so the more passive that we can make it is definitely the goal.
Yeah, no, totally. So for anyone that's watching, she was a student of Influencer Course Accelerator. So she created her online course with us. And then you're also, I think it's just like, I mean, you're still new to it, but it's your second week of running your evergreen sales funnel. So far, she's gotten like amazing results, in my opinion. Because you just never know like what's going to happen. You have to tweak so many things, and we're still going to work with her to tweak things. But what were some of the things that we helped you implement right off the bat with creating your first course that you might have not realized if you try to do it yourself?
Yeah. So whenever I sat down to first create a course, I honestly thought I knew in fact, actually, I created a course or started creating one before I even talked to you guys at all. And I thought I knew what I was doing. And then when I started seeing the different modules and different things that you include in your course and about the bonuses and all these things, I was like, oh, I have absolutely no idea what I'm doing. So I completely scratched that one and started over. And it was really nice to be able to follow along with your guys' modules and actually create a course that I felt like was actually valuable to people. And then something that was really big that you guys taught me was the bonuses to get people to buy whenever they have some type of disbelief about what you're doing or whatever their reason for not buying, to have a bonus to overcome that. And I never even thought about bonuses, and those are a really big thing. And I can tell that even now as I sell them, that people really like, because if I'll get an email like, yeah, are the bonuses included? Are the bonuses included? Like, you know, like they want those bonuses. And so it was really nice to be able to see from someone else that's already created a successful course what actually goes into a course, because I really had no idea.
Let me just say for anyone that's watching, Laura, I know I say your name wrong every single time. Laura has, you know, such a high conversion rate. We were just looking at her KPIs the other day, and for anyone that has no idea what that means, it just means that a large majority of people that watch her stuff and consume her content and look at the bonuses that she offers, they buy. So I think it's just so incredible that we've been able to do that within, I think it's only been like 6 months now of you doing that and creating a whole entire course. So yeah, I love that. And okay, my other question for you is, what were some of your results within the last year? And, you know, I know you recently had your husband quit his job, and now you guys are like a full-time influencer family, which is so inspiring for people. But particularly with course creation, you can, you know, speak to however you want for that.
Since launching it, I've made a little over 15 grand since launching, but that was just our, you know, I did a launch week, and then we closed it. Then I just reopened up to Evergreen I think right at 1 month. Yeah. I think I've only been reopened for a month. So that's just with one launch week and then the 1 month making a little over 15 grand, which I think is pretty amazing.
Yeah, no, that is like absolutely amazing. And I think the thing that's amazing about it is that you didn't make 15 grand. Well, you can correct me if you're wrong, but I don't think you made 15 grand on that first launch. But what's incredible to us is that like the week after, I think it's been 2 weeks since you've gone evergreen. You haven't really, I mean, you might've mentioned your product. I don't see you shoving it down everyone's throats, like on Instagram at all. Like at all.
No, I need to a little bit more probably, but no, I just have mentioned it in an email, like at the bottom of my emails that I send in my weekly newsletter. And then I have put it in my Instagram story, like only twice. I know I need to do better about that. And then, in my YouTube description boxes, that's where I have posted my masterclass.
Yeah. And so what's cool to us, and what I think a lot of people don't realize, is that like she had a good launch. It was not 15, but it was, I don't even know, maybe like 10 or something around there. Maybe, I don't remember what it was, but something less than that. But then the 2 weeks after that, you barely talked about it, and you literally just wake up to sales. Like, how was that experience? Because that's the difference between like launching and then having an evergreen sales funnel where you just wake up and there's money in the bank. Like when I first experienced that, I was like, whoa, like I could grow this. Like sky is the limit, right? I mean, it's crazy.
Yes, that's actually the most exciting thing. I get excited to check the email when I wake up in the morning to see if like, oh, I made money while I was sleeping.
People literally have their phone ding. I mean, that's kind of excessive, but it's just crazy, right?
No, it is. When I get an email, I like want to run and check to see if it was a course sale. It's like an addiction. I need to like put my phone away and not pay attention. But I have a newborn, and so I'm up a lot overnight. And my husband's like, well, does it make up for it that you're making money overnight now? It's just funny. But yeah, it is. It's really cool to wake up and see that I've sold courses overnight.
Yeah. And I think it's one thing to obviously like you have a substantial audience, like you are so niche focused to essential oils that obviously we expect you to make money. But what we don't always expect is when you start making passive income this quickly, because with traditional influencer income streams, as we both know, it's like you trade your time for every single dollar. So then when you like, wait a second, I don't have to do that anymore. And it's just like the most liberating thing I've ever experienced in my life. So I mean, we have like really lofty goals for you that we could talk about another time, but we know you can scale this thing like so much. And I know it's not all about money, but obviously it gives you more time with your babies and your family and all that kind of stuff. So, So exciting. So I guess my next question is like, how do you see this new income stream, this passive income stream, not just like launching all the time, but just making the money while you sleep or whatever? How do you see it impacting your future? I know that's like scary to talk about because you're like, I don't want to overshoot myself or whatever that phrase is, but do you see this
Right.
growing substantially with like the success that you've had within the last 2 weeks or?
Yeah, it's sometimes it's like hard to believe, but I feel like that with all of my online business. I'm like, oh, this works for some people, but it's not going to work for me. So then when it starts working and I see that I am getting courses, like, oh, it's working for me. Even I can do this. So yeah, but it's right now, especially because my husband did just quit his job. It's really, really nice that we have this new stream of income that is becoming more honestly than what, like, it already has gone past like the ads I'm making on my blog that we've been working on for a couple of years. And so right at the time when he quit, we launched this. And so it's nice that we have another stream of income, so it doesn't make it as scary that we lost his full-time income. And it's very good timing for that. And I'm hoping, and I do think that for the future, it will continue to go up because I'm just going to be able to put it in more places as my audience grows.
Yeah, no, that's amazing. And I love the fact that your husband quit and then it's like, you've just been blessed with an extra money that he doesn't have to go into work for. Like, it's just
Yes.
a thing of life. I don't know. Okay, the other question that I have that I ask everybody, because I like to hear, I don't know, now that you've obviously paid us for our coaching and we've worked with you for like 6 months we talk to you guys like every week, our students. Did you ever get sticker shock when you first found out? I don't know if you've ever done coaching before. I don't think you have. You might have mentioned that. But did you ever get sticker shock when you found out like, oh, I have to like pay this much money to learn something that I'm not sure is going to work for me? Because I know I do every single time. And how did you overcome that, I guess?
Okay, so I actually did not. My sister had told me about you guys, that she was having a meeting with you guys, and she's like, yeah, they have this thing where they're going to help me. She already had a course before she met Doug and Haley, and they were going to help her to scale her course. And her course was already doing really well, but now it's doing like a million times even better doing it with your guys' method. But she was telling me, like, oh, I have a meeting with them and they make this much a month on courses, this, that. And I was like, sign me up. What's their number? And so the next day, that's when I contacted you, and I was like, I want to get in on this next one. I know it's starting like really soon. I want in. And so I told my husband about it, and we did our Zoom call with you guys. And he too, like, we just were pretty much okay with doing it right away because I saw your guys' success with it. I knew my sister was excited about it. And so it just made me like, oh, I can make this work for us too. So I wasn't extremely, it wasn't too much of a shock for me.
You are
I guess. What?
You guys are a rare breed because, like,
I know. I think I am. I think I'm easily sold or something because she told me, and I was like, "What's their number? I gotta find them right now."
I remember it was so, yeah. It's just interesting because, especially when we talk to bigger influencers, and this is what the smaller influencers like don't realize is like when you talk to bigger influencers, they are so desperate for a solution to not having to trade their time for money that it's just like, you want this passive income? Yes, like, let's do it. And it's harder to sell, like, obviously, me being really transparent, smaller influencers, because they're not making like a ton of money. And also they don't know the grind of like, I don't know how long you've been an influencer, but maybe like 4 or 5 years, something like that.
Me, it'll be three years in April.
That's a long time for creating.
Yeah.
Like, I'll sometimes almost every day on like Instagram nowadays. Yeah. And so when you go through that like crazy just slave period of life where you're just like on your phone, being addicted to it, you want an out. So I don't know. I just think it's funny. And I like to hear people's, opinion of that. Okay.
I always kind of feel like you have to spend some money to make money. And with digital products, your in is so low. Like, it's not like I have to buy a place to rent to sell my products, or like, I don't really have too much upfront that I have to spend. And so to spend something to learn how to make more money, I think it's just part of it.
Yeah, no, totally. I completely agree. And honestly, as a side note, like, I guess I do have another question. So, in my opinion, it's not a ton of money to invest, because I do get that question a lot. Like, Haley, it sounds expensive, like as if I was creating like, I don't know, a sweater company or something. What is your opinion with that? Did you think it was expensive to start this type of business, and how has that been?
No, I feel like it's not expensive to start this type of business. You don't need, I mean, you need, well, I don't know, like for course, you got to have really good microphones. You want to have good sound and
Mhm.
then something to edit in, but it's very low upfront compared to starting a business that sells physical products, in my opinion.
Yeah, no, totally. And honestly, you don't even necessarily need to use like a fancy platform like Teachable or anything like that. You can deliver it on, you can get scrappy and deliver it over Google Drive. I don't even think people really
Mhm.
care. They just want the transformation. But you can always start with what you have. So I have two more questions, or maybe three. During your experience, what was the thing you enjoyed most with working with us or our program? And, what did you like benefit from the most, I guess?
You guys were very, very easy to reach. And so that was extremely nice because I am really bad at anything tech. It's unbelievable that I even have a blog because I barely know how to turn on a computer. I'm really bad. And so having Doug's help, like where he sends me, I have a question and he would like send me a Loom video exactly how to do it within like 2 minutes of my question is extremely nice because I'm a person that cannot figure things out very well and I want to keep going and go fast, but I don't know how to do it. So that was really, really helpful for me that he knows everything tech wise and he's very, very quick at answering back to me so that I can keep moving forward.
Yeah, and honestly, it's just funny because whenever I have an issue and like he's literally at the park with the kids, you know how it is because we both all do this with our families. And I'll be like, I can't set this up, whether it's like Zoom or whatever. He will go and tell me from his brain like where to click. I'm like, you're not even in front of a computer. Like,
Yeah, he's really good at that.
he's like got it memorized, the screen in his mind.
Yeah,
Um,
and it's very, very helpful.
yeah, and it's sometimes funny because like we are so invested in our students' success because obviously everyone knows that's watching, your success is our success. I said that to you like I think in the first call. So we need you guys to see results in order for us, to grow this family business we're all doing. So sometimes I'm like, so how is it? Like we want to know your numbers and I don't want to come off too strong, but we really want you guys to make a money for your families. So yeah, I'm so thankful that you say that. So the next one is what would you say to someone that feels like, well, I'm not an expert like Laura in essential oils, so I don't have like a special skill. I'm just and you know how this is. I feel like I'm just a stay-at-home mom. Who am I to start a course? I don't have a big following or whatever, those types of things. What would you say to that person?
I think that if there is even just one thing that you even enjoy talking about or just know a little bit about, you can quickly become an expert for something. I talk to this with people that are in that follow me for like my oil business because if you just do like a little research and you know how to open up, like I'm going to do essential oils for example because that's what I do, but if I just know how to make a roller bottle, that it seems like something really easy for someone like me because I use oils all the time. But if you know how to make just a roller bottle, you're already an expert compared to like 90% of other people because they don't know that. So
Exactly.
instead of like not doubting yourself and think that you have nothing to share, that you have no expertise, if you have a passion or a hobby, most likely you know way more about that than I do. And you're already an expert, even if you don't have as much knowledge as you think that you should.
Mhm.
Does that make sense? That's what I always kind of think.
No, totally. And I think I love the fact that you don't teach people how to make money. You teach people how to live a healthier lifestyle with essential oils, how to like create them all. And it's so interesting. But people assume that in order to make money from a course, you have to teach people how to make money, but you do not do that at all. It's just
Nope.
people. It's
And
really
I thought that too. Whenever you guys kind of helped me along to find my idea of what even to make a course about, I did not think that this one would work because it isn't you're paying money just to get some information on how to live a healthier lifestyle, not to actually make more money. But people still like it because it's all packaged together nicely and it's right there for them. And I'm available to help them if they need more help along the way.
Yeah, and
So
I do remember on our first call, you're like, but Haley, I have all this stuff on my blog. I have it on my Pinterest. I have it on my YouTube channel. It's all on the internet. And I was like, I personally, I'm interested in essential oils, but I'm not looking through that. I don't have time for that.
yeah.
I just get the steps. So I love that. The last question I have is where can people find you? I know I already kind of mentioned it, but just in case anyone is interested in its natural remedies, her stuff is like very addicting, you guys. You will love it. If you are a mom that wants to be healthy, but anyways, go ahead.
Yeah, so I have a blog. My website's ourreallyhouse.com and pretty much on all the platforms, YouTube, Pinterest, Facebook, Instagram. If you search Our Really House, I will pop up.
Cool. Thank you so much, Laura.